What a day to showcase our fair city of Louisville, Kentucky. Welcome to historic and beautiful Churchill Downs. The track is all dressed up. We are all dressed up as we're awaiting the 141st running of the Kentucky Oaks. Thanks so much for being with us today. I'm Lindsay Allen.
And I'm Gilbert Coursey. We are coming to you from
A scandal at the University of Louisville. A former basketball player and staffer is accused of paying escorts to have sex with players and recruits. The new book, titled Breaking Cardinal Rules, claims interviewed on MSNBC, and Rick joins us now in the studio. Rick, you've been following these allegations concerning escorts and Katina Powell, but today you take a pretty bold position and you say Rick Pitino's got to go. Was today, with all of the national media focus, the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak, or how did you get here?
Well,
and we want to take you back now to that Whiskey Row fire, if we can give you a live look here. This is that fire burning along Whiskey Row between 1st and 2nd Streets. What we know is this fire started in a building. It's now spread to 3. Fire crews tell us that they are now in a defensive position waiting for a possible collapse. Nearby businesses, nearby apartments have all been evacuated tonight. Fortunately,
makes a decision.
An IU student is dismissed from the university after being charged with attacking a Muslim woman. Tristan Bickford says drinking alcohol and not taking anti-anxiety medicine led him to do it. He says he doesn't remember it happening. The 47-year-old he's accused of attacking says he shouted racially charged threats before grabbing her by the neck. Bickford faces several charges, including intimidation, strangulation. Training for potential GE employees. GE Appliances is looking for hundreds of qualified candidates that have national manufacturing certification. The company has developed a partnership with Work One Southern Indiana to provide certified production technician training for new hire candidates. Work One Southern Indiana is scheduling a training class this month for anybody interested. For information on that training, head to our website, WDRB.com, and click on the button. Stocks picked up this afternoon after an early dive following a weak report on the U.S. jobs market. Investors seem to be hopeful, though, that the slowdown in hiring will keep the Federal Reserve from raising interest rates before the end of the year. Energy stocks climbed as the price of oil is now up. The Dow ends the day up 200 points, closing at 16,472. The Nasdaq ends up about 81 points at 4,707. And that's tonight's business. President Obama speaking tonight here in downtown Louisville. He's at software company Indaitas. Let's listen in.
Their graduates, and that's what smart training looks like: faster, cheaper, innovative, providing new pathways, less conventional pathways in some cases, for careers in tech. And my administration is proud to be investing in Code Louisville because we want more places to follow Kentucky's example.
And Louisville itself in general has been a big part of this tech hire initiative. They were one of the original cities that they based their program on, the Code Louisville project, that has allowed people to become a part of the tech industry with just very little training.
And so this was the ideal location to roll out the national initiative trying to get more people in the technology sector. Indaitas highlighting all of that tonight. We have much more coming up on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
I went to Bassett's 3-day sale and saved a ton on the style I wanted.
Coach Pitino still says he did not know anything about these alleged now 20 estimated incidents at Billy Minardi Hall. You say that is unacceptable. Why?
Well, it's hard to.
Not a clear person at this point.
No, not at all.
We've heard from Pitino. We've heard from Katina Powell. We've heard from recruits backing up these claims. Where's Andre McGee, and what happens, Rick, when he talks?
That's a great question.
And I'm Lindsay Allen out here at historic Churchill Downs as we just witnessed the 141st running of the Kentucky Oaks. It is a lovely day for lovely Maria, our winner for this year's Oaks. We're going to talk all about the horses, get you ready for everything you need to know if you're coming out here to the track tomorrow for Derby. All of that's coming up. But first, we have to talk about this lovely forecast. I mean, today was just spectacular. The sun is shining. It is absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. But of course, we need a 1-2 punch. We also need good weather for tomorrow. So we have to check over with Chief Meteorologist Mark Weinberg. How's tomorrow looking, Mark?
Well, DRB News.
All right, Travis, thank you. And WDRB.com sports writer Eric Crawford covers U of L extensively. You've written a book with Coach Rick Pitino. Eric, what do you make of all of this? How serious is this?
Well, it's very serious, and it was kind of...
There was a point at the press conference today where Tom Jurich was asked, is that 2013 national championship title in jeopardy? And he said, I have no idea. What do you think?
I don't think...
All right, Jeremy, we will check back shortly. Thank you. A violent night for a family thinking they were meeting someone to buy an iPhone. Jeffersontown police say 2 teens listed the phone for sale on Instagram and arranged to meet the buyers, a father, mother, and their daughter, at the Stony Brook Kroger last night. The teens said they got lost and asked the family to come to a house off of the Stony Brook Drive instead. When the family got there, police say the 2 teens demanded money. The father refused and started to drive away. That's when police say one of the teens fired 5 gunshots into the car. Shively police tracked down the teen who called 911 with bogus threats of violence against 2 Louisville schools. WDRB's Gilbert Corsi explains the possible motive and who turned the student in.
Good evening and thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm David Scott.
And I'm Fallon Glick.
And I'm Lindsay Allen out here at historic Churchill Downs as we just witnessed the 141st running of the Kentucky Oaks. It is a lovely day for lovely Maria, our winner for this year's Oaks. We're going to talk all about the horses, get you ready for everything you need to know if you're coming out here to the track tomorrow for Derby. All of that's coming up. But first, we have to talk about this lovely forecast. I mean, today was just spectacular. The sun is shining. It is absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. But of course, we need a 1-2 punch. We also need good weather for tomorrow. So we have to check over with Chief Meteorologist Mark Weinberg. How's tomorrow looking, Mark?
Well, phenomenal. I'll go through the hour by hour for Derby, but again, it's going to be warm. And I've noticed something, Lindsay. Looks like you forgot the sunscreen. Your shoulders may have got a little sun.
Everybody, don't worry, Mark. Everybody is tweeting me and texting me, and they're saying, Lindsay, your shoulders are looking right. Don't worry. I've got a sweater under the desk, too, that I'm putting on in between, and I promise to be careful and put more sunscreen on in the future. Anyhow, we want to get you updated, of course, once again, the winner of the Kentucky Oaks, Lovely Maria. The favorite, according to Tom Lane, was Stellar Winds. Turns out Lovely Maria took it. We're going to get you updated on everything you need to know about the horses for tomorrow, including a last-minute scratch. El Kabir is scratched for tomorrow, bringing down the field of horses for Derby Day, down now from 20 to 19. And then everybody shifts over in, so nobody's going to be right against the rail for tomorrow. They're going to shift over in. Anyhow, Tom Lane going to get you updated on that in just a few minutes. But we also want to talk about security, because there are a lot of changes for what you can and cannot bring into the track this year. It's still available. Emily Muir, thanks so much. You know, the Derby, it's about so many things. Of course, about the horses, of course, and the fashion, but maybe the most fun is all of those celebrity sightings. Hollywood descends on Louisville for a Kentucky Derby weekend, and probably the biggest party of them all happens tonight. Barnstable Brown in the Highlands, and our own WDRB's Tamara Evans is keeping an eye on some of the celebrity sightings so far tonight.
News.
So much fun. Can't wait to see who shows up to all of those big parties tonight. We've been talking about the improvements back here at the track and some of the changes, and one of the most noticeable things is cell phone coverage. It is much, much better this year, and Churchill Downs make a concerted effort to improve that coverage for you, which brings us to our next point. We want you to share your Derby and Oaks experience with us on social media, on all platforms, on Facebook, on Twitter. Find us on Twitter and use the hashtag WDRB Derby, and email
your pictures to us at pics@WDRB. And if you think you like our coverage today and if you liked our coverage throughout the week, please join us tomorrow morning. WDRB gets you ready for the Run for the Roses. We are talking about horses, celebrities, the fashion. We've got the forecast covered with Jude Redfield and Mark Weinberg. Live traffic reports with Mike Marshall. We've got a behind-the-scenes look at the track out here at historic Churchill Downs. Our live coverage starts at 6 tomorrow morning, runs until noon. Join us tomorrow as WDRB covers the Derby. And we know we have some other news that we want to get to tonight, so we send it back to the studio right now with Fallon and David. Hey, guys.
Welcome back. You're watching the local evening news with live coverage from Churchill Downs.
Lindsay Allen right there has been at the track all day. She got to watch the Oaks race up close just about an hour ago. Boy, what a fantastic day out there, Lindsay.
Oh my gosh, David, and check out my seat. I mean, can you imagine? We're right between the first and second turn here, just underneath the Twin Spires. It's been amazing. The day has been absolutely great. We've got one more race to get through tonight. You can see the tractors going around right now preparing the dirt track. They're running a little bit behind schedule. Post time for that was supposed to be around 6:20, but as I mentioned, we just heard the call to post, so about 10 more minutes for the 12th race on this Oaks Day. All right, Mark, I've had to concede a little bit and put on my sweater because my shoulders were starting to get a little bit burned, a little bit red. It's been fabulous. The sun is shining. Tomorrow, can we deliver again? Thank you very much, Tom Lane. Just think about the millions that are made inside the track here at Churchill Downs, from the bets to the food. But what about outside the track? You know those guys who park their cars for everybody in the lawns and they smoke the ribs so that we can all have a snack as we exit the track. How lucrative is that business? Stefan Johnson has a look.